Liam has introduced a lot of, chaps straight out of minor. How good do you feel these young men are?
I feel that they're exceptionally good. I feel that some of those have been on the programme since they were 16. And I mean, basically, we've produced a plan from the Hurling Advisory Committee, a blueprint of where we need to go. Actually, that's part of the blueprint, to develop young players. Talent identification is more important than talent. I mean, you have to be able to identify, is this person talented? Have they the right temperament? Are they the right type of people? Are they the right kind of people that really want to do this? And if you can identify people with the right attitude and with talent, it doesn't have to be the greatest talent, but and I can see in a couple of fellas, like young Jack O'Connor is emerging there now at the moment into a really starting to be, looks like he could be a major player in a few years' time, provided he keeps the attitude, he keeps the training. There's a lot of things to be done in the meantime. So we have a lot of good young players coming through the system, but we need that chain of young players coming through on a non-stop basis on a managed system. And if we do that, Clare are doing that, Cork are doing it as well. Kilkenny have done it. They don't have to manage it. It just happens automatically for them. Although that might be a little bit too simplistic. So if we keep doing that, I think we can make a lot of progress. And there's some exceptional young players. And this time next year, our lads will be a year older. Although you'll never get back a year that's gone. That they'll be a year older. But so also will some of the older teams, like Kilkenny, there'll be a few players gone from there by this time. There'll be 7 or 8 players gone in the dressing room, I imagine. So, like, if we can keep developing the youth and keep replenishing the youth, I think that's where the future lies.
Liam, you're chairman of the Hurling Advisory Committee. For anyone that hasn't read about it or heard about it yet, is there anything more you can tell us about it?
Well, I was asked to pick a committee, and so we tried to handpick people who had a good knowledge of Wexford GAA in total. So we picked somebody from the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s and the 60s. And we picked people from urban areas, and we picked people who played hurling and football for Wexford. 4 of us at least played both hurling and football for Wexford. The committee has got Billy Byrne, Dara Ryan, Tom Dempsey, Adrian Fenlon, Willie Cleary and myself. So there's a broad, and every one of them are very committed GAA people. So we put a lot of work in, and we worked off a document that Rory, my own son, had produced, which was an academic study of how Wexford fits versus all the other counties in terms of everything that they do. It's not a commentary. It's an academic study. It's it's different, and it's not just a commentary. It does comparators. It gives all of the various bits and pieces. So from that we wrote a blueprint for Wexford hurling, which starts with hurling 365, and if we get 365 right, then we try to get the feeders into the secondary schools. That should mean that the 365 is for the national schools, and it's a club school link. And if you don't have the club school link, it's not a 365. It doesn't work. It's pointless. It has to be a very solid club school link, and it's outside of hours in school. And we've got Willie Cleary had a model which he brought in Crossbeg. Or sorry, not Crossbeg, Barntown, Ballymurn. And in that model, we actually said that model looks to be a great model. So we took it on board, and we passed it as something we should do. And then the next thing then is that if that goes well in national schools and the Rackard League works well, the feeder schools should be getting a lot of good players. Then the next thing is to get the secondary schools to get better talent in there, because in that study, Joey Carton actually, who was the Hurling Development Officer from Munster, made a comment that if they haven't learned all the skills by the time they hit secondary school, it's too late. And that's been happening a lot in Wexford. So the next thing then is to get the combined colleges team into the championship. I saw some comments on that about the combined colleges team, which they were not taught. People said things about the combined colleges that were not taught out. The combined colleges team is done on the basis that there are 4 A teams in Kilkenny playing A hurling in schools. There's 1.5 schools playing it in Wexford. If you take the Good Counsel, there's a lot of people from Kilkenny. So with the result that if you take it over a 10-year period, I think it was something like 4,000 Kilkenny boys were exposed to A hurling as opposed to 1,500 or something in Wexford. So the maths don't stack at all. You can't have that level of Kilkenny boys going through an A system and Wexford boys not going through an A system, and then go to say, well, we should be beating Kilkenny. If you do, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. You need to get the playing numbers up at A. So the idea was to get 4 Wexford teams eventually into A hurling. You'd love to think that Gorey Community School could go A hurling at some stage, or Enniscorthy could go A, or some school in Wexford other than Peters, just in the county. So that would get our population of A hurlers up there. So urban areas are very important. The minor team went out last week without a single member of the team being from Wexford town. We can't have the major population town producing no player on a team. That's just not on, like. So So we need to get the urban areas back, hurling better. That's part of the plan as well. And it goes on to talk about squads in all the various areas. You know, but the most important thing is that the county board and all the clubs buy into the whole meaning of this. And I think if that happens, we can make massive progress. Instead of looking at the senior team all the time, we need to be looking at how are they going at 6 years of age? How are they going at 7 years of age? A boy is 7. 10 years later, he's 17. And Rory McCarthy's playing on the county senior team at 18. Not yet 19. You know, this gap is very short. It's not a long period. So if we put it in at that foundation level, make sure that's right, and work our way through the system, absolutely no reason why we can't compete with the best in the country. Look what Clare have done in a few years' time by applying themselves to the job at hand. It needs planning, it needs commitment, and it needs no double talk. You can't go into a meeting unless you've got something positive to say about making it happen positively, rather than saying that won't work because. That's not an answer. You know, that's not a strategy. The strategy is, that's a plan, follow it, make it work, make it happen. And I mean, then I just feel so sorry for a lot of young kids in Wexford that could have been great, that never were given the chance because we failed them as adults. We didn't give a system in, or put a system in that would facilitate them, their development. How many fellas out here could have won all our medals? We don't even know about them. I've seen some fantastic minors. Never heard of them again after playing for Wexford at minor level. That's not fair to those kids. We failed them as a generation. So I think that's the reason why we must follow a plan. And I think if we do that, I think we will be successful very shortly. And the door is opening now slightly. So if we can back up these young teams that we have now with a bigger system and get more enthusiastic about providing players to the system, I think we can move mountains. Listen, a lot of big deals are made about winning All Irelands. How many teams have you to be better than to win All Ireland hurling final? 6? 5? That's not achievable. If that's not achievable, we're surely minus men ourselves. If we don't have that level of ambition within us to be the best of 5 or 6, even 7, even let it be 8, let it be 10. Like that's it's shameful to say you couldn't be the best of that. It's not as big a deal as people think to win All Ireland, to be quite honest with you. Shouldn't be.